You know what's fascinating about human nature? Studies show we're 60% more likely to donate to charity when we know others will see our contribution. And that's exactly what Jesus addressed in the Sermon on the Mount, our deep desire to be seen doing good.
That's such an interesting statistic, and it really highlights how our motives can be mixed even when we're doing positive things. The way Jesus tackles this is pretty revolutionary for his time.
Well, what strikes me is how he breaks down three specific areas where we tend to show off: giving, prayer, and fasting. It's like he knew exactly where our egos would try to hijack our spirituality.
Hmm. And in today's social media age, we have even more ways to broadcast our good deeds, don't we?
Oh man, exactly. Research shows that posts about charitable giving get 63% more engagement than regular posts. Jesus' warning about not letting your left hand know what your right hand is doing takes on new meaning when we can instantly share our generosity with thousands of followers,
The way he addresses prayer is particularly relevant too. You know how people sometimes use that elevated, special prayer voice?
right? Well, that's what makes his model prayer so revolutionary. Instead of flowery language, it's direct and practical. Historical records show that addressing God as Father was pretty shocking to religious leaders of the time.
So, what do you make of the connection he draws between receiving forgiveness and extending it to others? That seems like a pretty challenging concept.
Well, psychological studies actually support this. Research shows that people who practice forgiveness experience lower levels of anxiety and depression. It's like Jesus understood this fundamental human need for both receiving and giving forgiveness.
The section about worry and anxiety feels so relevant to our times, especially with mental health challenges on the rise.
You know, recent surveys indicate that about 40% of adults report symptoms of anxiety disorder. That's up from 11% pre pandemic. When Jesus talks about looking at the birds and flowers, he's actually providing what modern therapists would call grounding techniques.
That's fascinating how ancient wisdom aligns with modern psychological understanding.
And when he talks about storing up treasures, he's addressing something economists call hedonic adaptation, the idea that material possessions only provide temporary happiness. Studies show that experiences and relationships provide more lasting satisfaction than material goods.
The way he connects our perspective, that I is the lamp of the body part, to our overall well being seems pretty insightful too.
Yeah, neuroscience actually backs this up. Research shows that what we focus on literally shapes our brain patterns. When Jesus talks about a healthy eye making the whole body full of light, he's describing what we now know about neuroplasticity.
Well, that's pretty mind blowing, ancient wisdom that's validated by modern science.
And here's what's really interesting. When he says, seek first his kingdom, he's essentially describing what psychologists now call values based living. It's about aligning your actions with your core values rather than chasing external validation.
The practical applications seem endless, especially in our achievement oriented culture.
Like, get this. Studies show that people who base their self worth on external achievements report higher levels of stress and lower satisfaction. Jesus was essentially offering a different metric for success, one based on internal transformation rather than external performance.
That really brings it all together, from our motives to our anxieties to what we value most.
And perhaps that's why these teachings have endured. They address universal human tendencies that transcend time and culture. Whether it's first century Jerusalem or 21st century New York, we still struggle with the same core issues.
So, what's the key takeaway for our modern context?
Well, I'd say it's about authenticity and integration, having our external actions flow from genuine internal transformation rather than trying to manage our image. In an age of carefully curated online personas, that message might be more relevant than ever.